You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White sports fans, we're going to be talking about Hall of Fame pitcher Jack Morris. Now, Jack Morris does play-by-play for the Detroit Tigers, and they were actually playing the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. And of course, we know that the star of the Angels is the great Shohei Ohtani. Now, we know that Stephen A. Smith came under fire for comments he actually made about Shohei Ohtani a few months ago, basically saying that he can't be the face of Major League Baseball because he doesn't speak English very well. He needs an interpreter, etc., etc. Stephen A. Smith came under fire. Now, last night, Jack Morris is now under fire for using an Asian accent when talking about Shohei Ohtani. Now, the question was just kind of asked, how do you handle him in this situation? We know that Shohei Ohtani is dangerous. This man's the real deal. He's probably going to end up winning the AL MVP. He's doing something we have not seen since Babe Ruth. And obviously, guys, nobody actually saw Babe Ruth play because everybody did see him is most likely dead now. But this man is a dominant pitcher and a dominant hitter. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he had 30 home runs at the All-Star break. That was absolutely tremendous. But we're going to be diving into what Jack Morris had to say and the criticism and backlash he's getting in this video, guys. But first, here's a message from today's sponsor. Friends, let's face it. The future of America is looking worse each day. Those who are observant have the feeling that something really bad is going to happen soon. If it does, are you prepared? Do you have enough food, water, and other essentials to get you through tough times? If not, check out My Patriots Supply. They're the nation's #1 preparedness company, and they've served millions of American families. Right now, you can save 25% off their popular 4-week emergency food kit, which will keep you well fed with 4 weeks worth of breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, and snacks, totaling over 2,000 calories a day. This food stays fresh for up to 25 years in proper storage, so it will be there when you need it. In fact, you may need it a lot sooner than that. So don't wait. Go to preparewithblackandwhite.com and claim your 4-week emergency food kit. You'll save 25% if you act now. That's preparewithblackandwhite.com. Don't wait. Do it today. So here you go, guys. Jack Morris under fire for using Asian accent doing Shohei Ohtani at bat. So we're actually going to listen to the clip here, folks, and then we're going to react to some of the backlash he's getting because he is getting crushed over this. And one particular person in the sports media is basically calling for Jack Morris to get fired. But let's go ahead. Let's listen in on what Jack Morris had to say. And he apologized as well, because I guess he wasn't intending to actually be disrespectful towards Shohei Ohtani. And I guess he didn't realize that he said anything offensive. But we're living in a time now where every single thing is scrutinized, especially when it comes to the Asian community. Everything that anybody says is offensive. But check this out. So, guys, we will not be reacting to what Jack Morris said because the copyright gods have come down and copyrighted that part of the video. So I'm just going to have to read it out to you guys. But this is what he said. Jack Morris was asked by Bally Sports play-by-play man Matt Shepard what the Tigers, quote, should do with Shohei Ohtani during his at-bat in the 6th inning. Morris responded by attempting to use an Asian accent and saying, "Be very, very careful." And now he said that in an Asian accent. But then he comes back on and then he says this. He says, quote, "Well, folks, Shohei Ohtani is coming to the plate and it's been brought to my attention, and I sincerely apologize if I offended anybody, especially anybody in the Asian community, for what I said about pitching and being careful to Shohei Ohtani," Morris said. "I did not intend for any offense, anything to be offensive, and I apologize if I did. I certainly respect and have the utmost respect for this guy and don't blame a pitcher for walking him. So that is the words of Jack Morris apologizing after his comments about being very, very careful when pitching to Shohei Ohtani with an Asian accent. So there you have it, guys. You know, he said be very, very careful in an Asian accent right there. We know Shohei Ohtani, like I said, is dangerous at the plate. This man is a great, great player. And I believe that Jack Morris does believe that Shohei Ohtani is a great player. I don't think he was intentionally trying to be disrespectful, but that does not matter. He said it. He apologized for it. And now he's under fire. And actually, one person in the media here is basically calling for Jack Morris to be fired. And it's the crazy Keith Olbermann here. Keith Olbermann on Twitter, he says this: well, sure looks like it's time for a biannual firing in the Tigers TV booth as Jack Morris, one, does some kind of mocking Asian accent while describing Ohtani, and two, issues a pathetic sorry if you're offended non-apology. Hashtag hit the road Jats. So the crazy Keith Olbermann is calling for the firing of Jack Morris. I mean, cancel culture really has to stop. The man apologized. Stephen A. Smith, what he said about Shohei Ohtani, nobody, at least I don't remember anybody actually calling for him to be fired. They thought it was pretty stupid what he said. And yeah, it was pretty stupid what Stephen A. Smith said. He shouldn't lose his job. And Jack Morris also should not lose his job. But, you know, that's not going to stop the people out there that want to cancel everyone for a mistake. This person here on Twitter says the fact that this type of lazy racism keeps popping up around Shohei Ohtani speaks to so much in the media being apathetic and lacking any empathy towards the AAPI experience, which is the Asian American Pacific Islander. That's what they're saying there. Then the same person goes on, it's impossible for Jack Morris to play something like this off as sorry if you were offended when there's not any purpose in doing this accent other than to make a caricature of AAPI people. Man, I got to tell you this, man. It seems like, you know, a lot of people, I believe, in the media, especially guys that do these play-by-plays, and this wasn't a hot mic. You know, he was live on the air. He knew he was on the air. If you say anything towards an Asian person, it's going to get scrutinized, even when you're trying to be comedic, but you're trying to be respectful to them at the same time. And he was trying to give the man respect because, yeah, you have to be very, very careful. Now, if he just said the way you got to approach Shohei Ohtani is to be very, very careful without the accent, nobody would have a problem with that. But he did the accent, and now you have people calling for the cancellation of Jack Morris and Keith Olbermann he wants this man fired. Maybe he wants the other guy too also to be fired in the booth. But he says it right there, where it sure looks like it's time for the biannual firing of the Tigers TV booth. So I guess he's calling for the firing of both of them in the booth, when only Jack Morris, he was the only one that actually said this statement right here. But what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of Jack Morris under fire for his Asian accent when describing how to approach Shohei Ohtani as he was about to come up? I think that the man should not be fired. Take his apology. He apologized for it, and let's move on. Now, there's no word on if he's going to get suspended, no word on if he's actually going to get fired. I don't think he should be fired, just like Stephen A. Smith should have not been fired for this. But this is cancel culture running amok once again. We've seen this go on way too much. I believe cancel culture has gone on way too far. He wasn't trying to be racist towards Shohei Ohtani. But you know what, guys, we're living in different times right now. Everything is offensive to everyone. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time. on Black and White Sports.